Man. Shalom, my people. Man, I had to make a little corrections of my statements. Yeah, I looked at the video a little closer, man. I, when I was talking about my first video, and it was talking about how all Nigeria and it was Congo and there's a couple more African countries how they going away from Christianity. Actually, if you look close at the video, they burning the Bible also. So they just going away from Christianity and going back to their old systems of religion. That means they're gonna go back to the animism and all these other things, Vodian, the Orishas, and all this different stuff that they worship in ancient times. But this is the reason that we went into captivity. And they actually, at first I didn't see, but these people, they burning the Bible now. They're saying, well, it's garbage. The whole thing garbage. Everything they taught us garbage. See, they forgetting what some of them forgetting what their ancestors already had taught them. They looking at the Bible like certain people do. Oh, this the white man book. But it was our ancestors who wrote it. The Europeans just got it and made their transliterations of it. You know what I'm saying? But they walking away from the faith, period. They ain't changing the people, like, no understanding that these were black people in Africa in this book. They taking the whole thing and saying, hey, this is a white man religion. Yes, Christianity is a white European religion, but it was based off of certain things that they got from a book of black history, because that's what the Bible is. It's black history. It's the history of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, lineage, and the Messiah, and how the Most High did things, et cetera, et cetera. These were all black people. So they not connecting that part right there to it. They also don't understand that Ethiopia put the first Bible as we know it together in the 900s AD. That was the first Bible that was put together, with all of the books together. They don't understand that part. So therefore, they're confusing the Bible of being a European book, but it was actually the book of our ancestors. It's black history. And I just had to make that distinction because I didn't see that at first. But now I'm looking at it, I re-looking at it, and I seen some things that they actually burning the Bible now. So that shows saying they don't believe nothing in it. So in actuality, they're falling away, not being awakened. They're awakened to some of the, to the lies and everything that the white man has taught, that the European has taught Africans, and the colonization and all this and that. But they actually are going back into some foolishness. The same thing that allowed the white man to conquer Africa, put us in slavery, and bring us over here to the Americas and do all the things he did, because we didn't want to keep the Most High's commandments. And this is this what they're going right back into. But hopefully, all our people don't do that on the continent. But we know there only a remnant gonna make it. So you got those here that believe a lot of weird doctrines themselves. They use the Bible, but they believe a bunch of weird doctrines and don't want to keep the commandments themselves. So we'll just keep watching and paying attention and see what's going on. And we need to stay up to what's going on in the world and how people are doing things, because this is a dangerous time to be not having any faith in the Most High, but you start believing in some ancestor worship or some other kind of nonsense that's not going to help you at all. It didn't help you then. 500 years ago, 400 to 500 years ago, it didn't help you. Even 1,000 years ago, it didn't help you. 2,000 years ago, it did not help you. Only thing help us is we keep the commandments and follow the Messiah, the Son of the Most High that's spoken of in the scripture. But that's all I wanted to say. Give a recap of what was going on with it. But yeah, they're going from one extreme to another on the continent, which they doing here also. We don't believe the Bible, the white man book, blah 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 blah. Not understanding history, didn't know that the white man didn't have it first. The Europeans didn't have it first. They just put a spin on it and used it for, yes, they did use it to to have power over us and everything. But if they understood reality, you'll look up in there and you'll see these things were talking about our ancestors. All these things happen, and why the Most High let these things happen to us? Because we wouldn't keep the commandments. Because we denied the Messiah. But that's all I wanted to say. Shalom, my people.